everyone, welcome to the channel and a new video. I know I said in the last video I probably was going to do as much of this as I could off camera and not really film too much of it, but due to popular demand, all of you guys was reaching out to me in the comments saying, Rob, you've got to do another video on it. We want to see the result. We need to see you find this issue. Guys, you would have seen in the previous video I've swapped these injectors round from this van to that van. I've took two good ones out of that, put them in here, and as you can see off camera I've been messing around as well and put the knackered ones out that other van in here, and it just seems to be worse. So it is looking like it's injectors, and it is the most common fault on them. I've been through all the forums, I've looked around, I've spoke to people, and I've also spoke to a fitter where this come from, and they've got quite a few of these vans on the fleet, and they said this is the issue they always get with a non-starting with these particular vans. So what I have done is bit the bullet. They wasn't cheap, but it's got to be done right. We have got 4 new Bosch injectors, all with exactly the same matching part numbers to what we've got. So the plan is today is I'm actually going to strip these injectors back out, but as you can see they're actually all loose, so I haven't bolted them down from the last time I've done it. So I'm just going to strip all of them out now, clean out all of the ports down there that the injectors sit in, the holes, and just clean it all right up, get it really nice, put all new copper seal washers on there, put 4 new injectors in it, get it all back together, turn the key and see if that has done anything. But fingers crossed, with 4 new injectors, we got fuel to the we got high pressure fuel, all of that side of it is working okay. Quite a lot of people did say check this, check that, check this, and I have checked all of those things, especially in the when we first got the van. I checked the glow plug heater circuit, and when I put new glow plugs in, I actually tested all of the circuit on those glow plugs, and they're all staying on for the right amount of time and pushing out as much as they should push out. But this van does not rely on those glow plugs to start this engine. It will start without them. I've just started my truck up, it hasn't run for a week. I turned the key and bang, it fired straight up. They just don't rely on glow plugs. And my old van, I'll get in that in the morning, no glow plugs at all. I just turn the key, it fires straight up. So they're more to do with emissions now, the glow plugs, but obviously they do help on really, really cold sort of minus mornings. That's enough waffle. I'm going to get on, get all this cleaned out, we'll get them new ones in there, turn that key and see if it's done anything. I don't know if you can see down in those holes there, but what you'll see when we get to the end one is the copper washer is still in there. See it? There's not really a way to get that out, so what I'm going to do is clean up that old injector, just the end of it, with a bit of rag. I'm going to I've got some copper slip, I'm going to put some copper slip right around that edge, and then I'm actually just going to stick that one back in there, and hopefully it picks that up and brings it out. Fingers crossed. First little go we had at it, put a bit of grease around it, get focus, and you can see it has picked it back up, because we're going to be putting 4 new ones in with the new injectors. I'm going to crank this over a few times just to blow out any excess that's in them holes, and then I'm going to be running down it with the paper towel, getting them as dry and as clean as I can so that those new injectors seal up lovely. Nice easy little trick there just to clean them out. We haven't got a tool in particular that goes down in there, but as you can see, they are now all clean. And I've just rolled up some blue paper towel and put a rod in between it and just kept twisting it around until it had completely emptied it out. And you can see all 4 of them are there, and they're all very, very clean. I've given this all a little bit of a wipe over in here as well, just to prevent any excess diesel. You can still see there is some little bits sitting in those rubbers, but there's nothing I can do about that. Let's get those new ones fitted. You can see on that little bit of time lapse there, I thought I'd better cut in and just show you what I'm up to. Just putting these new seals on the end of the injectors. They're so tight, which is how they should be. Now if you was to take these out, the seals wouldn't stay in the bore like it did earlier. They was completely knackered, those seals. I did buy 4 new ones, but we was holding off on fitting them until we kind of, you know, until we got it right, because you don't want to just put them on. Like I said in the previous video, they are pretty much a one-time use, but these are so tight. But to give them the absolute best chance, I'm going to get them all on there. Let's carry on. Pretty much there with it now. Got all 4 injectors in. I've kept all the covers on right up until the last minute. So when I was putting all the electrical connectors on, I removed them all then. Just going to put the leak off hoses in, but when I took them out last week, I actually snapped that one off, as you can see there. And initially, to make up that leak off kit out of those bottles, I had to go down the breaker's yard and get a rail, a leak off rail, and I cut it up basically, and that's how I made it out of all those, I don't know if you can see that there, all those little T's. I made it up out of those, and obviously the one on the end. But Chris just took that bit in and he managed to get the broken end out of it for me. So I've took one of these little T's off that leak off kit that we made up, and now that's fixed that. But that little T there, see where I've snapped the end of it off, just being a little bit too hard pulling it out. But mind you, saying that, they've been on and off so many times, it's probably got quite brittle. So I just need to warm that up, get that one out, and then pop that one back in, and we should be back to square one. Just to answer another couple of questions, a lot of people mention these seals on the, like the little O-rings on the end of these leak off hoses. And again guys, that is something else that I did check first, and really important, just to make sure that they're not leaking around these tops here. But these injectors have come with all new clips, all new copper gasket washers, so fingers crossed I'll get that warmed up, get that swapped over, and we get it back together, give it a crank and see if that's it. The other thing, just quickly, while I'm just waiting for Chris to come out actually to ask him where the transformer is for the extension lead. What a lot of people, probably the majority of people in the video, said to me, Rob, them injectors are coded. And guys, I spoke to the diesel expert specialist that's been doing it for years. Let me just clean one up. He said, Rob, they are all coded, you're right. He said, but if they haven't got like a massive number don't know if that's focusing. He said it'll have like a big number 1 on it somewhere, or big number 5, big number 7. He went, then they are coded and the car won't start. I have had all this before with a Transit, and they do run. And this will, if this is the issue, this van will run up and start, no problem. That is the injector number there. That's the number for the injector, all the way around there with 204 on the end. Now this number here is just for fine tuning. So there's no reason why it shouldn't start. That is for very, very minimal tuning, just to get the engine running 100% efficient. But there is no reason why it shouldn't run without putting it on there and going through that process. So that is a process that we will go through just to make sure it is 100%. But first we do need to get it running. So hopefully that does answer a couple of the really, really popular questions in the video. Let's get that warmed up and get it swapped over. I've just called Chris out for the big turn of the key, guys. I managed to do that, and I won't tell you how I did it, but I managed to get it out of there in the end. And that is what it looked like. Once I did get it out, you can see the end of it's broke. So I've got all of those connected up. I've really took my time. I've been so careful to be as clean as I can. I constantly keep washing my hands, because them new injectors, like I said, well, I ain't even going to tell you the price of them, just in case they don't work. But I'm going to turn the put the battery on. Chris, if I get you just turn the ignition on, mate. I just want to check there's no leaks when it primes. Have I already left it on? No. Right. Glow plugs, has that gone out? I'll tell you what I will say, Chris. If you can just give it a couple of diesel primes, because it's got that electric pump in the boot, and I want that to force it up. And then as soon as the light goes out, mate, give it a crank. No acceleration. Yes! Yes, that's got to be it. That's never started like that, never. Let me cut the airbox on. Guys, that has never ever started up like that. We've got no chuffing, so the injector seals have made a good seal. Chris, that's it, it's got to be. I know it's got a noisy belt. I'm just going to spray something on there just to quieten that down for a minute. That sounds perfect. Smooth. We've got no smoke either. I'll open this door so you can hear me, mate. We got a little bit there, but I've been cranking this over constantly. I'm sure that's going to burn off. Mate, turn it off, start it again, make sure it's Yes guys, we have done it. Honestly, I am made up. I was at my wit's end with this van. We've still got no emotion from Chris though. I don't know if he's as happy as me about it. Oh guys, I am made up, and I'm so glad I recorded that first start up. I'm going to drink my coffee, calm down, I'll cut back in. Honestly, I didn't want to turn the camera around. I had a grin like a Cheshire cat on my face. I am so made up that we've resolved that issue. That was definitely the issue all along. And we kind of had that feeling, but you've got to check the cheap stuff first. So now this van has actually got a brand new clutch in it. It's got all new injectors. It's got a new diesel filter. So, and it has got a bit of a squeak on the belt. We don't know if that's one of the tensioners or the belt itself. So we will be, of course, sorry, I got something in my eye there. I went into the electrical cupboard. There was all cobwebs in there. We will be giving this a good oil and a filter and doing a service on it. We've done quite a lot of it already. But for now, I'm going to button this all back up. Let me just spin that camera back round. Button this all back up. I've got the feet to put back on for the airbox. We've got to clip it all up and just tighten up all the loose ends. I'm going to get that done and then we're going to take it for a run. So I've just taken it for a little run and it is performing exactly how it should. I've turned it off a couple of times and it's fired straight back up, which is lovely because it's never done that. Even when it was warmed up before, it would start after a few cranks, but now it's literally put the key in, turn it, and it fires right up just like it should. And this was starting to test our patience. Well, it was testing mine a little bit. It's nice when you can fix a vehicle in one video, but this has been a bit of work really. You did have the clutch issue on it straight away, and as soon as we done that, it just won't start from cold. And it was almost at the point of where the battery was dead before this van would start up. Finally now we have resolved it. We got a little bit of a service to do on it, oil filter, air filter. We've done the diesel filter already earlier on in the video, so yeah, I need to do a few miles on it just to make sure I'm happy, and then I'm sure it'll be ready to go. So let's get inside and finally crunch the numbers on this one. So happy that we finally cracked that one. Honestly, it's been quite a bit of work, in, out. I can't physically tell you how many times I had those injectors in and out and how much actual research I've done, but it was quite a lot. And to now have it finished, of course, I'm made up, and Chris is as well. So the all-important numbers, I hadn't been keeping track of it, so I've just had to sit there and think through and then write it all down. So that van we actually bought with another van, and it was the Transit, I believe. Jack handle there. The Transit truck. So we've had to work out what we did pay for it, and we paid £1,250 for that first van, CBU on the end of the reg. The clutch was £80, and we spent a whole day doing it. Glow plugs, £41. Diesel filter, £20. Injectors, I got them really, really cheap. I got them for £100 each, so £400. The service is still a lot of money, £400, but it was a lot cheaper than what they should have been. Service that we haven't done yet, and I've written down £75, and that's because it is oil filter and air filter, and we also need to get a belt or a tensioner for it. Don't know which one. So we got a total of £1,866. And once I've finished that van, it's going to be like the service. I'm probably going to do that tomorrow. I'm going to do a couple of 100 miles for it, and then I'll be putting the van up for sale on Instagram for £2,500. And we think that's a reasonable price for it, and we're not having a great deal out of it at £1,866. I think that gives us a pre-tax profit of just over £600, so not a lot at all for a lot of work. But I will just pick up on quite a lot of people said, why don't you try doing stuff, trying the other bits out the other van. And guys, the other van has actually got exactly the same issue, so we're going to need to source 4 new injectors for that one as well. I'll try a couple of little different bits first, try cleaning it up and try the 4 best ones, but I'm not hopeful that it's going to solve it. We've been down this path before, haven't we, with the other van? So that is going to be the end of today's video. Please, I want to hear your comments in the comment section on this one. Don't forget, if you haven't already, follow us on Instagram for those little sneak peeks. And when I do put the van out there on Instagram for sale, just inbox me your phone number and I'll give you a call. Like, subscribe and share, and we'll see you very, very soon in the next one.